Hello friends, welcome to my channel. And today we are going to learn about the stationary waves, but in that specific topic, and that is energy is, let me write the heading, energy is not transfer in stationary waves. So we have to prove this stationary waves. So we have to prove energy is not transferring through a stationary wave. Okay, so that means what? In the last video I told you about, since the stationary wave is a combination of two waves which are moving in opposite directions, that means we can say about the energy, what we can say about energy, it is the combination of two energy currents which are moving in opposite direction. That's why the net energy current will be zero, and that is not sufficient. We have to prove it mathematically. So for that, let us begin our mathematical calculation. So in that case, here we will first consider about the pressure, because when we are talking, yes, the wave is propagating through that particular fluid medium. So let a stationary wave, let a stationary wave is moving through a fluid, okay, or we can say a string, which is free at both the ends, or pipe open at both the ends. And in this case we have already seen, but I will write once again, the excess pressure created by the stationary wave, pressure or excess pressure due to stationary wave, due to this stationary wave within that medium will be P is equal to Px into sine of 2 pi Vt divided by lambda. So this is what the excess pressure created or generated within the medium. Now this excess pressure, have some patience, why we require this pressure. And again, and the particle velocity, if we consider the same case, pipe open at both the ends, the velocity, moreover the particle velocity, we can write particle velocity, we know it is dy by dt, and it is 4 pi av divided by lambda into cos of 2 pi x divided by lambda into cos of 2 pi Vt divided by lambda. So already we have calculated these things, that's why I am taking here directly. No need to go to again for the derivation of pipe open at both the ends and all. So directly we can take the velocity here, and this particle velocity generally we denote it as by capital U. So what we have written here, there is a pressure and here is a velocity, right? So this gives you excess pressure, and this is what the particle velocity. So why these two terms I have calculated, or why these are the important ones, we will come to know very soon. Now let us consider that we have to find the energy transfer. So what is our target? We have to see whether the energy transferring through the stationary wave or not. So first of all, to find the energy transfer, we'll talk about the work done, right? So to find the work done, so we can say the work done is, so how to find the work done? Within that fraction we will consider work done moreover per unit area, work done moreover, yes, I will write here per unit area within instant, let us consider delta t instant, or dt is, so it will be, I will write first of all, and let us see you are getting this or not, P into U into dt. Okay, so I will name it as equation number 3. But yes, obviously so many of you have doubt how the work done is P into U into dt. So P is what? Pressure. U is what? Velocity. And yes, you have the question, sir, how it is possible, how the pressure and velocity, their product is giving us a work done. So what generally work done equation, you know, work done is equal to force into displacement. Let us consider it is x. Okay, so what I am taking here, area per unit area, and within that time instant, that means what? Work done per unit area. So yes, obviously I should divide to both the sides x divided by area, and obviously here within time instant, that means 1 t is here, but if I bring that t to that side, so it will be work done per unit area. Okay, good. Here it is force per unit area I am writing, and that t I will bring to this side and I will write x by t. Now can anybody tell me what is this force per unit area? This is pressure. And what is this x? X is displacement. Displacement per time, or rate of change of displacement with respect to time, is what? It is velocity u. So that's why we can write the work done per unit area can be written as pressure into velocity. Okay, right, and that is nothing but the energy transfer. So that's why I have written here in equation number 3. Okay, right. Now if I want to find the rate, or now this is only for the that particular time instant delta t or dt. For this time instant, this will be the work done. But if we want to find the total work done, or the total rate, total work done in a time period, in a time period. Now let us consider capital T is the time period. Within this time period, we have to find this total work done, and that total work done, how it will be? Integration dw 0 to t, and that work done per unit area is nothing but the energy, right, or rate of energy transfer, and that will be integration 0 to t, integration 0 to t, and yes, obviously integration 0 to t p u dt as it is, right. So moreover, the energy transfer, this is what the work done. Moreover, here we cannot say it is energy. So the energy transfer, so what is our target? This one is only the target, energy transfer. Here the energy transfer will denote it as C. So energy transfer means nothing but this total work done, and obviously when we are talking about the energy transfer per unit time, so it will be, we have to divide it by our average energy, or rate of energy transfer rate, we can say here. The energy transfer rate, it is simply 1 by t, we have to divide again because we are talking about the rate, and 0 to t p into u into delta t or dt. This is what the rate at which energy transferring through the stationary wave. Okay, so let us see, we will find this rate, and then we will conclude finally whether it is transferring energy through the our stationary wave or not. So 1 by t 0 to 2 integration as it is. What is p? P from equation 1. So here is what p. So substitute the value of p. I will substitute here px, and it is sine 2 pi vt divided by lambda, and in multiplication, what is that? U. Okay, now here u is 4 pi a v divided by lambda into sine, sorry, it is cos of 2 pi x by lambda into cos of 2 pi vt divided by lambda. If it is not visible to you, I will just make a little bit here, right. So I have done nothing, simply substituted the value of p and u. Okay, right. So again, as we have written here px for the amplitude of that pressure equation, again here, and yes, it is dt here, which is the integration with respect to that particular component. Yes, right. Now if we look carefully towards this particular factor, if I am talking about this factor from our velocity, so it is again completely constant with respect to time, dt. So as like we have considered here, it is px, so we will consider here ux, that is the amplitude of velocity equation, we can say. So here, right, one second. So the next step will be 1 by t. Shall I take this px, which is outside because which is constant with respect to t, and again this ux also constant, that's why we will take this px and ux outside the integration, and it is px ux and whatever may be the remaining terms within integration 0 to t sine of 2 pi vt divided by lambda into cos of 2 pi vt divided by lambda into dt. Okay, right. Up to this there is no problem. Now I will just do one arrangement here. Px ux divided by t. I will divide this equation by 2 and multiplied by 2. Does it make any change? No. Sorry, here it is not 2. Here it is t. So divide by 2. Here it is divided by 2 and multiplied by 2. That's why equation remains same. So again sine 2 pi Vt by lambda. Why we are doing this? You will come to know very soon. So cos of 2 pi Vt divided by lambda into dt. Now look at this equation carefully, or this term 2 sine 2 pi 2 into sine of something theta and cos of theta. So both the thetas are exactly same. Theta, if we consider this is theta, this is theta, because both terms are same. So here we have this one 2 sine theta into cos theta, and I hope you remember this formula. It is simple sine 2 theta. Okay, so obviously theta is here what? 2 pi Vt by lambda. So let's use that formula, and we can write here as Px ux divided by 2. It is as it is, and in the integration 0 to t, obviously in the denominator we have here t. So integration 0 to t and sine of 2 theta, but 2 and theta is again 2 pi Vt by lambda. So shall I write directly here? 2 into 2 4 pi Vt divided by lambda into dt. Okay, right. Now, so here also we have to see little bit some theoretical aspect to solve this integration. I will just consider here one sine wave, complete wave. Okay, right. So here it is 0, here it is let us take here pi by 2, here it is pi, here it is 3 pi by 2, right, and here it is 2 pi. So this is what one complete sine wave, one sine wave, for which we require the wavelength, or the wavelength of this wave. Let us consider it is lambda. And yes, to complete this particular wave, whatever may be the time required, that is what we call the time period. Yes, time period, capital T. So time required to complete one cycle, and within that cycle how much will be the length, that is what wavelength. Okay, now so what we are taking here, or what this integration means, actually see the limits 0 to t. Limit 0 to t means we are integrating over this complete path 0 to t. Here is the end of t. Yes, time. And now what is integration generally? It is what? Area under the curve. But this area and this area equivalent, opposite in direction. That's why we can say the net area under the curve will be 0. So that means what? Or in other words, we can say when we talk about the sine value over one complete cycle, it is always 0. Sine value of any angle over a complete cycle will be always 0, right? So here so what we'll get, whatever may be this equation of this integration will give you the value 0. So therefore Px ux divided by 2t and in bracket 0, so it will be 0, right? So what we get here is energy. What is this left hand side? Here it is C, that is what? Rate of energy transfer. Rate of energy transfer. So the rate of energy transfer, how much we got? Here it is 0. That means what? And yes, we are dealing with which waves? We are dealing with the stationary waves, and therefore finally we can conclude. What is our conclusion? Yes, the conclusion is what? Whatever may be the rate of energy transfer is 0. That means the energy is not transfer in which wave we are dealing with? Stationary waves. So here we can conclude this by saying that energy is not transferring, because whatever may be the rate of transfer of energy, we are getting it exactly 0. That means there is no transfer of energy. So that means what? Yes, our stationary wave does not carry energy. In other words, we can say stationary wave does not carry energy, or they does not carry transfer the energy. So this is it, guys. So about this particular video, and whatever may be the doubts, if you have any doubts, if you have any queries regarding this video, this article, you can post in our comment box. And if you really feel that this video is a value addition for your knowledge, then please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and for more such videos please press the notification icon so that you will get again whatever may be the videos I am posting in future also. Right, so yes, thank you guys, we'll meet in the next video very soon. Till then, you please take care and yes, keep learning. Thank you.